Hey there, Queen of Laces here, and today I have a Mizuno catcher's mitt that busted the middle section of its pocket. What a great opportunity to show you how to fix this on your own. Before we get started though, you're gonna need three things. You're gonna need a replacement lace. You're going to need a lace threading tool. The one I am using for this video is one that you can find at just about any sporting goods store. And then you'll also need something to cut the laces with when you are finished. And now that you have your tools ready, let's get this pocket rebuilt and get this mitt back into game ready shape. For this tool, there are two ways you can use it. You can push the lace through or you can pull it through. I'm going to show you how to pull it through. So we're going to start over the thumb because that's where this lace ties. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push my threading tool through the two holes next to each other. I am not going to be going on the inside of the glove just yet. So I entered and exited right on the outside here. And from this step, I'm going to go ahead and thread the lace through the eye hole, and then I'm going to pull the lace through to the other side. And once you start this, you want to be very careful not to pull this lace too tightly. You want to leave enough space and enough lace to be able to go ahead and tie a double knot when you're finished. So I like to leave about 4 or 5 inches. So from here, we're going to start lacing this pocket. I'm going to take the piece of leather that belongs in this section and line it up. And because we are at this part of the mitt, we are going to go ahead and lace this way. So the next section is going to be right here. And I'm going to push the needle through and I'm going to line it up with the hole that goes right underneath it and come out the side, just like that. From there, I'm going to go ahead and lace the needle or thread the needle, and I'm going to pull it through. Just like so. So now we've started the process. I'm very careful to make sure that I have enough lace here on the end before I move forward. And this lace is going to go inside that hole and outside this hole. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push my needle inside, follow it through, and I'm going to come out where it's going to go in, thread my needle, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it through. Sorry that my hands are going to be covering the top of the pocket. Sometimes you need it for the strength. So as I come through, I'm going to make sure my lace isn't twisted. And there we go. And now it's anchored. And I'm going to continue this process through the next section. Here we go. We have successfully laced the leather piece back to the pocket. And now it's time to come back and finish the job. So this lace is going to go from the outside into the inside of the pocket. So I'm going to take my needle and push it through. Again, I'm going to thread it with my lace, pull it through to the inside, tighten it through. And now that it's on the inside, I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to go ahead and push it from here. I'm going to thread it, And now it's going to be anchored to the other side of the mitt. So just a real quick check. I laced it through here, up and over, and now I'm going to repeat the process across the top. The lace is going to come out this hole, so I'm going to go through and thread it all the way through the side. I'm going to pull it through like so. So now we have a nice anchor here. It's going to match. So I'm going to take my needle sorry again, my hands blocking the way. But as you can see, it went through and then underneath and then back up. And now I'm going to finish it off by putting my needle through and out that hole. I'm going to thread my needle. And pull it all the way through. And now we just have the final steps. So before I finish, I started here, I pulled it through, and then went across to here, went underneath, came up the top, and now I'm coming back through. And when we first started, I showed you that I did not go all the way through to the inside of the glove, and that's because that is our last step. So I'm going to go on the inside here of the thumb and come out the top. And I'm going to go ahead and thread my needle and pull it through. And now we're going to do our final anchor. And just like the pinky side of the glove, I'm going to take my needle, push it through to the inside. I'm going to thread the needle and pull it all the way through. And now the lace is finished, and we have completely fixed the middle section of this Mizuno glove. All we have left to do is tie it off. Now there are a number of ways to tie off this lace. You can do a standard knot that you see here or tie off sections. I've seen that, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a tie, which is the stock way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and lace it that way, and then I do the opposite to come back over and through to make it nice and flat. And then I'm going to count it off like a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use my cutting tool to finish it off. And we are finished.